Hello everyone, it's time for another episode of Outside the Box with me, Nendo Boy. Welcome to my channel, and this is where I review some of the latest action figures and collectibles in the market. And from time to time, I also teach tutorials and tricks to help you with your toy photography. Today's episode is very special because we'll be unboxing and reviewing the very first ever Filipino licensed Super Poseable 1/12 action figure, and she is Darna from Halimaw Sculptures. For those who doesn't know who Darna is a Filipino superhero created by the legendary Ravelo. He is like the Stan Lee of the Philippines. The origin of Darna relates that she is an extraterrestrial warrior, magically manifesting herself through a woman from Earth named Narda. After Narda swallows the magic white stone and shouts Darna, she transforms into the mighty warrior Darna. Now, to guide everyone, we will review this item based on the following criteria: box, figure paint and sculpt, articulation and size, and lastly, price. Now let's first look at the box. I must say this figure has a really good looking box. I like the blue and red overall scheme that screams very Filipino. This packaging design is made by Loose Collector, and I think they did a really great job on the design. The front panel has this large window that allows you to view the Darna action figure inside and the Ravelo Comics universe icon on the top. It has this really beautiful Darna illustration and the Darna logo. It says here that this is a collector's deluxe action figure. You will also find in the front panel the Halimaw sculpture logo and ABS-CBN hologram sticker to make sure that you're getting a licensed product. And there is a limited edition label that indicates that this is part of the limited 1,500 pieces produced for this action figure. The side panels has the same background layout with another cool illustration of Darna. And the back panel has this awesome stylized image of Darna taken by the great Rafi Panganiban. It has a little nugget of trivia about Darna and where she first appeared in the comics and also her profile. They claim that this figure has 20 points of articulation, so we will see that later. The back panel also shows the upcoming action figure from Halimaw Sculptures, which is obviously Captain Barbell, another superhero icon from the Philippines. So let's not keep you all waiting, it's time to bring Darna outside the box. Okay, so here is Darna. Finally, we have our very own iconic superhero in action figure. This figure is made of painted ABS. It has 24 points of articulation. The action figure size is approximately 6 inches in height, around 16.5 centimeters. This is an action figure from Halimaw Sculptures and is only recommended for ages 15 and up. This retails at about 3,000 pesos if you manage to pre-order from the Halimaw Sculptures store. Now let's take a closer look on the figure paint and sculpt. Darna's appearance is distinctive and iconic. She usually wears a red bikini with a gold star in each brassiere cap. She has a red helmet with ruby-encrusted gold winged medallion, gold bracelets, golden medallion belt with a loincloth in the middle, and knee-high red boots. Darna is widely considered as a Filipino cultural icon and is considered to be the most celebrated superhero character in the Philippines. For the paint, you can see that this figure has a decent paint. The skin tone is correct based on the comics as well as her red costume. You can see shadings on some part of her outfit, which is a great touch. I like the addition of the gold paint on areas that are supposed to be gold, like her golden wings medallion, her bracelets, and her belt. They even had extra golden accents on her loincloth and knee-high boots. For the face paint, it's an okay face paint. I don't think it's bad, but I think it can still be great. I think the face sculpt can also be improved. I don't know, but looking at the illustration in the packaging and the comics version wherein you see a very beautiful Darna, this face sculpt and paint tends to be a little strong and very different from the very iconic Darna face. The overall sculpt for the head and body is okay. It kinda reminds me of Marvel Legends, but yeah, good sculpt nonetheless. Now let's look at all the parts included in this package. This package only includes the action figure, and that's it. There are no additional parts like extra hats, no weapons and effects, or extra face for different reactions. And there's no stand included. You only get this extra collector's trading card with an illustration of Darna at the front and a short description at the back if you're one of the first 500 lucky customers who was able to pre-order this figure. Now for the articulation. They say this figure has 20 points of articulation. Let's take a look at them. For the head, there is a ball joint that connects her head to her neck, and in that way you can tilt her head up and down, rotate it sideways and tilt it side to side. It's a little difficult to tilt her head up and down. You can only tilt it up to this point. It's a shame that you can't make her fully look up for some flying poses. Her hair also gets in the way when you're rotating her head, but that's really not much of a big problem for me. Now for the torso, there is a decent ab crunch, so you can rotate her torso and move it forward and back. Her belt is sculpted on the figure, so this is fixed, and her middle loincloth is made of soft plastic. There's no articulation on the waist, which is a little weird for me. For the arms, there is a ball joint in the shoulders that allows you to move her arms forward and back and rotate it. No butterfly articulation to push her shoulders forward and back. There's also a bicep swivel and jointed elbow, so you can fold her arms up to this point. This would have been better if the elbows are double jointed. There's a hinge on her hand that only allows you to rotate her hands. For the legs, so there's a ball joint there where you can move her legs forward and back. And the ball joints also allows you to spread her legs up to this point. There's a little leg swivel and a lower leg swivel that is hidden on her red boots, which is great. It has single jointed knees, so you can fold her legs up to this point. And of course, hinges on her foot so you can rotate and give her ankle pivots. There's no toe hinge there, so yeah, I don't know if that totals to 20 articulation points. But overall, still a good articulation considering this is the first ever Filipino super poseable action figure. Now for size check, Darna is around 6 inches, which is the standard size for female action figures. Now for size comparison. Let's first put Darna along with my other action figures. This is Batman Hush from Mafex. And this is how she scales with my Cyclops action figure from Mezco. So you can have an idea how she scales with other action figures out there. Now let's put some of the DC girls alongside Darna. First is the Harley Quinn action figure from Mafex. Next is Wonder Woman Justice League version, also from Mafex. So basically she scales well with other female action figures out there. Lastly, let's put her beside some Marvel Legend figures like Bishop and Rogue. I think this figure is very similar to this Rogue figure from Marvel Legends. So overall, this Darna figure has a very good size. The verdict. Darna is such an iconic Filipino superhero character, and there's so much hype and anticipation behind this figure since it was announced. So I'm just really glad that it's finally here. It's so cool to have a Filipino superhero action figure. For me, it is a good action figure considering this is the first well-articulated 112 Filipino action figure made 100% by Filipinos. The paint and sculpt captures the image of Darna both in the comics and movie version, but I think it still has room for improvements, especially on the head sculpt. The articulation is good, but it has no special joint parts that makes unique posing possible. This figure also lacks extra parts to recreate various dramatic action poses. So overall, this Darna figure is not perfect, but it's good. And you know what? Honestly, even with its shortcomings, I still can't help but feel happy and proud that there is such an action figure that celebrates a Filipino superhero. And I'm very happy to have this in my collection. That's it for now, and thank you very much for watching. I hope this video was able to help you decide if you're thinking of getting this figure. Now, do you agree with me and my review? Do you like this Darna figure? What do you think of this first ever Filipino superhero action figure? Also, if you have any requests or suggestions on which figure I should review next, let me know by typing your comments and opinions down below in the comment section. Also, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're not yet a subscriber of my channel and you like my content, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you can help me continue making videos like this for you. Also, please follow me on my social media accounts. Again, thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope you will continue to support me and watch my other videos. That's it for now. Always remember to stay safe, be kind and be awesome. Jamata. Bye-bye.